Because in the original Resident Evil 2, is the first place you went to was the gun store.
Yeah, it's the first shop you go into, the gun shop.
And he's fucking, what do you want?
Yeah.
And he's fucking, you're like, I'm human. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I thought you were one of them.
Oh my god, your inflection was perfect.
Don't shoot. I'm human.
Oh. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them.
So bad.
What the hell's going on? Hold on. Then the window breaks. He's fucking, ah!
It's like they were recorded at separate times that seen each other, but interacted with each other.
Dude, the original intro is fucking ridiculous between Leon and Claire. Mm-hmm. It's like they're not even talking to each other.
I think games were recorded like that for a long time.
Yeah.
Even Final Fantasy X's like that.
It's the part where they're driving and he's like, can you check the glove box? And then she's like, sure. And then she opens it. She's like, there's a gun in there. And he's like, better keep it for safekeeping. Fucking, she's like, chick. And then he's fucking, that maniac's gonna ram us. And like twice when he first gets out of his car, like there's a chick on the ground, and then there's 3 zombies behind him. He's like, what? And then fucking one of the zombies grabs his leg. He's like, no! And then later something happens. I forgot what it is. But he goes, no! Like almost exactly the same. It's bizarre. And then Claire says Leon fucking like she's like, Leon! Like she's so dainty and stuff. I'm like, how are you going to survive if you're acting like that?
She's a dainty little biker babe.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed that quite a bit in the new one.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Okay. Stardew Valley. Game of the month, January.
Sure.
It's barely even a word. What's going on, guys? Welcome to January's episode of Game of the Month, the show where we pick a game at random and we talk about it at the end of the month. We talk about our experiences. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And before we get into talking about Stardew Valley, quick reminder that we are moving into a new month, so make sure to play Hitman Season 1 and For Honor, both offer for free on PlayStation Plus. Download those, play those, and come back at the end of the month, February, for Plus Club. And with Game of the Month, we have to pick a new Game of the Month, though. Mm-hmm. So let's just get that out of the way now. I've already pulled a random number, and that random number is 18.
Soul Calibur 6.
So that's cool, because I need a fucking reason to play that game. We'll be playing Soul Calibur 6 all throughout February. Hopefully you guys have a chance to play it as well, and we will talk about that at the end of February. Another real quick reminder that we have a Discord link down below. Talk to us anytime, all the time, and we're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. If you'd prefer to listen to us, and if you're listening to us and you want to check us out on YouTube, check us out at Tasty Loot Gaming. So our game of the month in January was Stardew Valley, and we will get into that one second, but as you guys probably already know if you watch the channel pretty regularly, Plus Club, Chris was not there for the episode. He just didn't exist that day.
He was sleeping.
I was asleep.
Yeah. Which is cool. But, I'm curious about it. I'm sure you guys are as well. So if you can go real quick, let's hear your impressions on Steep, Portal Knights, and what would you grade them?
Steep is a new age, just snowboarding snow game. It's the best one that I've seen in a long time. Portal Knights is Portal Knights. It's kind of feels like Minecraft, but different. It's got its unique flair to it, but it still doesn't feel like quite to par. I give Steep an A-. Although I enjoyed it, I didn't like some aspects of it that are just minor nitpicks, like when you crash, the music kind of slows down real quick and then comes back up again. I don't care for that.
I have my music off. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, every time you crash, it's like, did you back up again? I hated it. And I just kind of felt like there wasn't really any, I guess it's part of the point of it, but there's no guide of okay, you have to do this, this, and this. It's just kind of a free range sandbox snowboarding, skydiving game, which is great if that's what you're really into. I just wasn't really feeling it. For Portal Knights, I know. I grade things subjectively. All right. Portal Knights on console. I like the combat system for ranged combat because there's a lock-on mechanic that you can shoot and it feels really natural. Everything else doesn't feel as natural. It was really clunky to me, really hard to control the inventory and navigate how to get objects out. So the previous week, I gave it a C, like everybody else does. But on console, I'm just going to give it a C minus just because it feels really clunky. And just the only thing that really worked well for it this time around was ranged combat.
Yeah, fair. It's funny because Portal Knights does play... I think it plays fine on PS4, but it plays worse than mouse and keyboard. Like, it definitely feels better, especially building type games. It's just a lot easier to break blocks, put blocks with a mouse. And that is something that I thought about, although I thought they did a pretty good job. So me and Chevy kind of rated it based off that. But it's interesting. Me and Chevy actually graded higher this time around than last time. We both gave it a C+, I think.
Yep.
And it's because we both played creative mode together. And our experience with that was a lot better than the story mode.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So it's interesting how what we chose to do and what you chose to do kind of had dictated. And like I said, I agree with your opinion on the controls feeling clunky. They're not as good as mouse keyboard, but I also think they did a pretty good job for the controller. But yeah. It's just funny how you went down when you went up. So although you gave Steep a very high grade, so I'm really surprised by that.
I used to play a lot of those kind of games back in the past, and I can see for what it is. It's a really quality, well-made, snow sports game.
Yeah. I love the game, but I think I gave the game, what, a B minus? Gave it like a B or B minus. But yeah, so I mean that's awesome. I'm glad you liked it enough.
I like how we recorded that yesterday, and I do not remember.
Yeah. I'll remember for us. All right, cool. Well, thanks for grading those, Chris. And listen in the comments if you want to. You can talk about those as well. But we also have a episode yesterday that you could check out as well and comment there on that. But yeah, game of the month, January. Throughout January, we played Stardew Valley. If you didn't get a chance to play Stardew Valley, it is a top-down 2D, cartoony-looking homage to Harvest Moon, where you exist on a farm that you have to fix up through various means of making money and acquiring tools and resources. And there is a town with people that you can interact with, that you can bond and create relationships with, and potentially marry people
and have kids
in the game. The game has multiplayer now, which I have to say real quick, runs very well, seamlessly. Had zero problems with it, which was very cool to see. And yeah, I think I pretty much nailed it. There's a mine you can go into and fight things if you want to, but other than that, it's pretty much what it sounds like.
I say it's pretty. Yeah, it's not Minecraft. Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, and a splash of Zelda.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
So
with fishing. CDs out of the ocean. I did a lot of that. Yeah. So, Chris, since you weren't here yesterday, I'm going to make you go first this time. Give us your impressions of Stardew Valley throughout January.
Well, I played a good chunk of this game trying to seduce people.
That's a good way to start.
A person. Well, I started with one and switched to one later on, but yes. But I really enjoy Harvest Moon growing up. So this was just kind of like a really good flashback for me of playing that game. It's got its own unique systems, like you said, of how plants rotate through seasons and how they need certain care and things like that. And there's just so much to do. Yeah, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's so well done. You can really you can do everything, or you can really fine tune and be really just fishing, and you can make money off do that. I mean, it takes time, but if you choose just one thing, you can make a decent profit off of it, which I really enjoyed. And the cartoony aspects of it just led to that whole Harvest Moon feel to me of the old days of playing Harvest Moon on Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah, I even like the cartoony animations of when you're using a pickaxe and your feet lift off the ground and stuff.
Your feet come up.
Yeah, all those little touches on the game kind of give it this charm of its own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that? It's pretty
brief.
Well,
I know it's brief, but
no, it was good.
Yeah,
it's still it's Harvest Moon. It really is just Harvest Moon, a new version of Harvest Moon. It's so well done. It was made by one guy?
Yeah.
Concerned Ape.
Concerned ape. That's it. And it's just ridiculous. Like, if you didn't tell me this wasn't Harvest Moon, I would have thought it was a new Harvest Moon.
Yeah, even playing it, I was starting to get like a headache just thinking about how one dude worked on all of that. Because there's a lot of little intricate things that you would have had to done like programming wise to get things to work, like events and all these little systems of creating relationships and having things regrow and chopping things down and having like 3-day systems to like upgrade your house, stuff like that. And like, a random dude can make like, a game with like a block that shoots bullets and it hits the other blocks and they disappear and stuff like that. You see that all the time. But to see a guy kind of make this by himself, it's not doable, but I just thinking about the amount of work he had to put into that on his own, you can really tell the guy fucking really cared about this game, really had an idea and really made it work. So that was very cool to experience. Yeah, I'll just jump into my impressions then. I'd played this game prior for like a split second. I know a lot of times I'm like, I bought this when it first came out because I typically am real quick to jump on games, play it, and then never play it again. This game I bought, and I really didn't touch it because I remember when it first came out, people were like, this should have multiplayer. I was like, you're right, this should have multiplayer. It doesn't have multiplayer, and people are like, nope, but he's going to work on it. And I'm like, I'll wait. So I waited, and lucky enough, it got pulled when the multiplayer is already out. So I was pretty excited to hop in, and I have to say the game is really cool. It's pretty much exactly what I thought it'd be, with a lot of little touches to it, little personal touches by the guy who made it that really make it feel like its own game. It's got its own charm to it, like I said earlier. It is kind of freeform when you start up. You're just like, what do I do? And there's a couple things that guide you, but you really can kind of make that game into what you want it to be. You can really focus on killing things or building up, was at the community center, which is part of the story, I think. Working on your farm, but not just like working on it and like, reaping the benefits of growing produce, but also selling it and acquiring new things. There's a really, like, once you get into the kind of the method of the game and understand most of the parameters of it, there's a lot there to just keep you going. It's a game that's kind of hard to stop playing, not necessarily because it's addictive, but just because there's so many tasks you're doing constantly that you just kind of,
you're planning them out.
You're just in there. You're just in that game, living in it. Because like when I'm not playing, I'm not like, oh fuck, I got to get back in that game. Like I fucking love this game, but like when I'm playing, when I sit down and play it, I'm like, okay, I got this thing to do. I got this thing to do. And then it's like 6 a.m. I'm like, I probably could like stay up another hour and I can get a couple extra things done real quick, and I just keep going. Like it's one of those games. I'm very, very, very happy to say, and it's a 2D game, so it shouldn't be that hard, but networking's still a bitch, no matter what the game looks like, that the multiplayer works seamlessly, and it's actually very impressive because the game was delayed, or the multiplayer was delayed for a while, and for a long time I was like, why? How could that game be hard to make multiplayer for? But when you see that a lot of the single-player storyline stuff translates to the multiplayer events that happen, where you can talk to all these different people during this one-time event, interact with certain things of that event, all the while playing with everybody who's also experiencing that event, having to sleep every night and make sure everybody's in bed or they pass out to get to the next day. There's all these intricate things that really make it more than just your friends hopping in to help you with the farm. Like, you're kind of getting that storyline feeling while playing with people, and they did it very fucking well. I think that was the biggest thing I was impressed with, is just like how much more the multiplayer is than what I assumed it would be, which is a high compliment, because if it was what I assumed it was going to be, I would have liked it just fine. But this was just kind of like there's more to it. But yeah, it's a really fun, for me, social game, because I didn't play the single player, that I could easily probably hop back into anytime other people were probably playing it. I don't know if I'd play this by myself, just because I got other games I want to play. It's not even that I wouldn't want to play it, but if other people are playing it, it's a game that, I mean, it's so easy to just get in there and just like talk with people, and everybody's doing their own things, almost like a fucking chat room, which sounds ridiculous, but and there's something very relaxing about it. It's a game you could easily come home from work or school and just sit there and play and just kind of chill to. There's nothing really stressful about it, aside from fishing, because there's some fish that will kick your ass. Most of them I kick their ass, but every once in a while I'll run to one just like, not me, motherfucker, and it just goes away.
Especially, if they're bouncing up and down, you don't have that tight control that fish apparently has. So.
Yeah, as soon as it starts going bring, bring, bring. I'm just like, okay, dude, my thing doesn't even react that fast.
Yeah, because it's like floats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's floaty. Although it feels like it's getting tighter as I'm leveling, but
Probably
I'm
is.
not sure if that's how it works.
It probably is.
I could just be going crazy and going.
You could just be getting good at it.
Yeah, I could just. I'm just discrediting myself and fucking. It must be. It must be the game. Yeah. All in all, I enjoyed myself. I would definitely keep playing this after this month. And yeah, I'll throw it to Chevy.
Well, a couple of little fun bits I want to put out there real quick. This game is $14.99.
That's a steal.
And I think you could charge $60 for it. 100%. It's a full game. You will get hours upon hours upon hours of content on it. It is replayable. And there's a lot to do in it. I've bought $60 games that do not offer the amount of content that Stardew Valley offers.
I think that's an interesting one because I do think this game's really good. I don't know if everybody would be comfortable paying $60 for it, but I think people who love this game would be definitely comfortable with it. I think $30-$40 is where I would say it's like
be smarter.
Like standard. Like I could easily go, yeah, that game's absolutely worth that, and I would maybe pay $60 for it. But if I did, I don't know if I would have been super stoked on that price, but
sure.
$15 is ridiculous.
It
though.
is.
It's really low.
You got this guy who made a game, no name, nobody knows who he is.
I did.
So, $15 makes sense. I get why it's $15.
That's all crazy Larry in the closet who's always talking about fucking farming and how he'd love to make a virtual farm.
Wow. And then
He did it.
After playing it and the amount of people who like it now, I think if he were to make another passion project, he could probably charge more, hopefully.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest reason why the price is so low is because it was no name.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I mean, it's on everything and everybody knows what the fuck it is. He went from nothing to something like in an instant.
Yeah. And the other fun fact I want to put out there is over 99,000 reviews for this on Steam, and the Steam rating is overwhelmingly positive. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
yeah.
I think it'd be, unless you just, even if you didn't like playing this game, I feel like you'd still leave it going like, yeah, I just don't, like, even like all those assholes out there who's like, are just like, fuck that game, it sucks. I think even they would be like, yeah, I mean, I'm not into it. Because there's just something about it that's just like, you can't be mean to it. It's just like the game's so nice and charming. You're just like, it's just not for me.
Yeah. Well, using that to actually go into my impressions, this game is 100% for me. I love Harvest Moon. I love Animal Crossing. I always have. And I find myself just cracking out in these games. This guy obviously loved that too. And Natsume wasn't doing it anymore. And Animal Crossing doesn't come out often enough. So he wanted to make the genre he loved and put every idea he had that maybe they could improve upon in their games with it, and I honestly think he completely nailed it in that regard.
I think also, like, there's farming simulators, there's like creative games where you make like places and farm whatever, but there's not a whole lot of like Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing type games. Like, it's really kind of a genre. There's more to it than just the farming.
100%.
It's there's a story you're trying to get through. There's a progression that's beyond just leveling up. It's like there's more to be at home with in that game. It's like if you sit down and play a JRPG, you're probably enjoying the gameplay, but you're also probably digging the storyline. And I think those kind of games offer more personality, especially with the NPCs and stuff. They're not just like random guy who offers you this or sells you that. Like, they have personalities. They look an individual way. They do their own specific things.
Different things.
Yeah.
Hate different things.
And so I really view those type of games as a very small genre. And I'm actually really excited to see Stardew Valley be part of that, because there is not a whole lot of them. And so when we're not getting those other ones, it's good to see, like, I'm sure we'll get a Stardew Valley too. And that'd be cool, because then you got, now Stardew Valley's part of that genre of kind of like social fucking farming RPGs.
Yeah, I wonder if he will decide to make another one, or if he's just going to keep expanding upon this or something. But that would be interesting to see for sure. I would buy it in a heartbeat. I think a lot of people would.
Add vehicles that are not the size of houses.
He could very easily make an expansion though too, because it's the bus. You can just hop on and go somewhere.
That's true.
So I mean, all that aside, I do. I think
Hate it.
there's just, like Seth said, there's a quality of this game that when you're playing it, it's really hard to just stop playing, and it's not because like you said, you're addicted, but it's because you probably have at this point developed a mental checklist of these things you're going to do next, and the days go by pretty quick.
You have all these tasks that you have planned ahead. It's hard to stop until you get it, and there's a new one right after you're done with that.
It's the Civ problem.
Yeah.
Just one more turn.
Same thing.
So
I was actually thinking about like was I using the correct terminology when I said addictive? And I think so, because when I play Call of Duty, I'm addicted to it because I keep playing and I keep grinding and I keep unlocking shit. But I'm not sitting there going like, oh, this is cool. Oh, that's neat. Oh, just this one other thing. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I got the thing. Okay, here we go. And then like when I'm not playing, I'm like, I gotta knock that thing out. I'm gonna go play it real quick. It's a completely different feeling, you know.
For
like
sure.
I'm actually like, it's like being on vacation versus going to a location because you're on business.
Yeah. And the charming aspect of it is always, and I think we say that a lot when it comes to the games that focus on just like having like that feeling to them
that aren't monochromatic in tone and aren't super serious with your fucking children dying and your main character crying, and then you have to conserve ammo to get through the fucking game.
Yes.
Don't do that. Your game's probably charming.
And I think that's important because a lot of people do go for the gritty, grimy games, and it's nice to have something to kind of wash that away for a little bit and just kind of like enjoy yourself.
Just enjoy life.
Palate a little.
Yeah, and that's
just enjoy your life a little bit.
This game's like perfect for that. It's easy to revisit. When I originally bought the game, I played for weeks, pretty much every single day, and then coming back to this time playing multiplayer. First off, it is the single player experience with people, and I'm so happy they did that because I was expecting just sandbox farm.
I just assumed like it'd have all the same mechanics of the single player without the story part, and then people would just pop in their sprite and like fucking their character model, and they'd run around and do stuff with you and have their own inventory, and that'd be fine. But like when you're like, oh, on Tuesday there's this event we got to go to, I'm like, what? And then like we all have to load into it, and then it's this whole event and shit. I'm like, whoa, there's actually like things going on in this game that's not
Part
just
of the
like
world.
not just us having to make our own, which like I said I'd be fine with, but that extra touch just gives you that experience that you typically don't get with most games.
For sure. And just to kind of wrap this up, this is a game that I can always I apparently seem to play because as we started playing it this time, I'm completely thinking about like, and not like an obsessive way, like I gotta go play the game, but like if I'm in a lull, I'll probably actually hop back in and play some more because it's just a good game overall, all around. So
I was just wondering if you guys wanted my strawberries.
we're in a different season. They're dead.
Those are strawberries.
Oh, strawberries!
We played for like hours, and your farm might be looking a little rough right now.
With strawberries.
Yeah, I kept walking by your house and I kept looking at your plants. I'm like, are they supposed to be like that? And Chevy's like, well, Chris isn't on. I'm like, I know, but like his plants are fucking just dying.
We're like 2/3 of the way through summer now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we played a lot.
Yeah, I fished a lot.
Did you plant the melons? That's what's important.
I did. Made a lot of money off them.
Okay.
And then me and Seth
You sound like
upgraded
a
our
word
houses. So
Did you protect the children?
I apologize if me and Seth's houses are larger than yours as well.
My house still looks well.
What am I, the farmhand now? Just go out in the field, plow the field, sow the seeds, water them every day, harvest them.
I do kind of feel like we fucked Chris over but we did earn that fucking money.
We were
building that money up. I was out fishing every fucking day, freaking out, pissed off because those fish are assholes, and then talking shit to the ones that are easy, and then pulling out a lot of AOL fucking discs from 1998.
Oh yeah,
just out of the ocean.
I love those too.
Cleaning the fucking oceans of all those AOL discs from back then.
The broken glasses.
Yep, and seaweed, a lot of seaweed.
At least you can sell that.
Yeah, you can sell the seaweed or make food out of it.
And then me, Chevy. Yeah, we got kitchens.
Y'all don't cook. Chevy goes straight to the dungeon, and apparently you're just fishing.
Yeah, I do a lot of fishing. We got to what floor?
85?
85, yeah. So
Nice.
we're almost at the what?
We got gold. We're getting gold now. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah.
So it's the perfect time for me to come back in and just buy myself a nicer house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're next up.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
mean-
have to work for it.
Well, we have to get wood, and
Oh, yeah.
but yeah,
That's easy.
Yeah.
I've been fucking deforesting the whole earth. So that's fun.
I think that's also a good sign to be able to have those kind of conversations about a game too. So
Yeah, it is a game you could definitely have those conversations. I mean, him being worried about his fucking strawberries, and the whole time I had no idea those were even strawberries.
No,
I walked
they
by
were
them.
dead
I was
weeds.
walking by them every fucking day, and I just look over. I'm like, the hell are those?
I also like when Seth hopped in and he's like still trying to like get his bearings on what he's doing. He's like, I got this creepy house, and why does Chris have a fucking well? I was like, he was watering plants. It just made sense to put it there.
Dude, my house looks like a fucking witch's house. Dude, it's like this weird brick house with like no lights inside. So I put a fence around it, but then I realized the wooden shit just breaks over time.
eventually,
So I
yeah.
had like a walkway, and then some of them were popping out.
I'm just gonna plant a bunch of trees right around your house in a big circle around it.
And I'll
With a
chop
witch in the middle of the woods.
I'll chop every single one of them down.
I was just like, oh shit, free wood.
I'm destroying the fucking earth. I'm goddamn industry.
Yeah, especially in Ark.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was getting bad because the time it takes for those to respawn and grow again or whatever the fuck. Or do they in Ark? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was doing it too fast. I was going through them so fast I was running out of trees. So I had to go to another island and I started fucking shaving that island down. So it was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah. And I was like building settlements over there just to keep my fucking wood.
One man deforesting the planet.
Yeah, that's all I was doing. I leveled up quick too, just chopping wood all fucking day, every day, and then building a huge compound. I missed that game. Yeah. So, should we go into recommendations, or you guys got more to say? This is the type of game that you could probably sit and talk about for a while. So,
You could. And I mean, obviously, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I've said plenty. I'm sure people have a pretty good idea how I feel about it. So
yeah, I was about to give it a fucking triple S. Chevy's coveted triple S.
one not based out of Japan.
Kind of have a face of Chevy like this with all three S's. I'll let you start with recommendations.
I think this game is accessible for most people, though in a lot of cases, because it doesn't really point you in a direction in the beginning, it might be frustrating for some. But I do think that most people can play this.
Yeah.
I know even in Josh's situation, the
Whoa. What's Josh's situation? What's he doing?
maybe I worded that funny.
You call him simple?
No, but so he was able to share that game with Caressa, for example, and she's able to sit down and play that game and stuff like that. And she plays some stuff, I'm sure, but I noticed that game gets played a lot on their PlayStation. So obviously, it wasn't just something that Josh enjoyed, and it was something someone else was able to enjoy with him as well. So, and I think it is one of those games, especially now with the multiplayer added to it. It is a game that not only I think that most people can play, but if you have someone you want to just kind of like have that experience with, this is that kind of game for you. You can play that with someone very casually and at whatever pace you want. So, and then the obvious ones, obviously Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing. I hate to say this, but a little bit of Zelda, just because there is some combat. It's very shallow, but it is
Old
there.
school Zelda though, not like
Not new
lock
ones.
on,
Yeah.
jumping around, hat, fucking
Like
shit.
NES Zelda.
Yeah. Like walk up going, because there's literally a dagger, and you just put it out in front of you, and you go, and your guy closes his eyes because he's fucking just does not want to fight. Just walk into it. I'm not gonna stab you. The enemy goes, yeah, and the enemy's just like, oh no, I walked into it.
It wasn't that a dagger I found, and I was like, here, try this. And you're like, yeah, okay. And you start vibrating.
I had two of them, so one of them was one you gave me.
Oh, it must have came out of a chest. And I was
One
like,
of
I'm not
them
gonna
was a
use
frost dagger, and it's like on one of the floors in the chest.
this. Oh, okay,
so.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, the dagger's ridiculous in the game. Anyways,
Sucks.
I think if you're also into the indie scene, if you like indie games, especially 2D style pixel art games.
There are a lot of people who actually are like, I've talked to people who are like, I like indie games.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's a broad area of
it
games.
is a broad area of games, but I do think
But there is something about indie games that people find attractive too. They like that simplicity, they like the pixels, they like all that shit.
when I think this is a good blend of the indie scene mixed with a little bit of obviously the non-indie scene, because it is inspired by AAA developers. So So it's worth checking out, I think, if you were just into those in general and you, for some reason, haven't played it, because I'm sure you have. This would be worth checking out. I'm kind of stumbling on what to recommend, so go ahead.
I mean, yeah, you already mentioned, like, if you like any of the things that we've mentioned that are kind of in this genre, definitely do that or check it out. I would even say if you like Minecraft for its social community aspects, you like to make a compound area and like start like growing plants and getting animals, you're gonna find yourself right at home with this game. It doesn't look the same, and that's fine, but you're gonna get a similar experience with some story elements to it. I'd be a little hesitant to say if you're into action games to play it, or even Zelda, but it is fair because you might, go over and start playing it for that. But the combat is pretty minimal. As a dude who likes action games a lot, it's fine. But I kind of do it to supplement things I need and kind of refresh my palette of what I'm already doing already, which in that sense, it's very welcome. But I'm definitely not playing this game for the action. But it's cool it's even there. If you like, what are those games that are on like Steam? They're just like essentially like books, pretty much like interactive
Adventure
stories.
games.
Yeah, well, adventure games too, but like those like anime ones that people just click through fucking dialogue and pick choice or things that they
Dating sims?
kind of. There's other ones that aren't just dating sims.
They're just interactive visual novels,
Yeah.
essentially.
If you're into that, I'd say check this out as well, because there is a certain like in-game social aspect to it that you can kind of get into. Like, oh, this is blah blah blah, and he likes blah blah blah.
There is dating in the game.
This is her, and she likes this stuff. Make sure to get her that, and maybe she'll marry you. Like, you could like spend a bunch of time just doing that stuff.
Learning that you're hitting on a hippie chick who sees you in her dreams. That was a really weird realization.
That was real life for me.
I was like, oh no.
Jesus.
What have I done?
Yeah, or when I'm out mining, I find some stuff, and she's like, "Oh, hey, the girl I'm trying to get with, she really likes that thing you just picked up." So I was like,
Amethyst.
"This is mine." Yeah, but she really likes that. I'm like, yeah.
I told you to sell
It's
it.
for the greater of the commune.
Not for me. I don't care about her.
Actually, when you do get in a relationship with and you live in, they move in with you, they will go out and do some of the farm work sometimes. So
Bullshit. I don't even want their help. You were like, oh, that girl will come over and work on your house for 3 days. And I saw her fucking in the middle of the night work on your house for like 3 days straight, just hammering on the side of the house. And then she never showed up to my house, and then it was upgraded. I was like, she didn't come over and work on my shit.
she did it when you weren't around.
She ninja'd. Yeah, when I'm out fishing, and she's like, I don't want to talk to this motherfucker. He seems kind of pissed off.
You did threaten to murder someone if they were beaten on the side of your house while you're trying to sleep.
I did. So if she heard that, she'd be like, I'm just gonna wait till he leaves the farm. She's out in the bushes outside the fence line, just like, there he goes. Now's my chance.
There goes the witch. I can do this now.
There goes the witch. His name's Slim Nasty. That's my character's name, by the way. He kind of looks like Link's very
cousin.
very skinny cousin, very fashion savvy cousin, very good looking cousin with a coif haircut. What would you? Never mind. What would you suggest? I was gonna say if you like games with customization, but I don't think people are going around going, I want a game where I can customize my character. It's just kind of like frosting on the cake.
The other thing I would add to it is if you romanticize the idea of farming as much as I do, then this is probably a good little slice for you.
You're gonna have night terrors about them strawberries, though.
Oh, I've been worried about it for days.
Well, you could have said something. I would have turned the game on.
I've been worried about them for days. Well, they died, so it's probably good you were worried about them, because you were absolutely in the right to worry about them, because they were absolutely in danger.
Or in the very beginning of the game, they make the most money for you. So
You know what ended up happening when the last time we played? It was pretty much the end of spring. So As soon as summer came
were
around, they
over
were just
anyways.
gone. They were dead. Yeah.
One day when Chevy fucking sold off his melons and
We
all
made
his other shit,
stupid on
and
that
I
day.
caught like a bunch of halibut and stuff, we almost made like 10 grand in the day, which I'm sure people who play the game like religiously are like, that's fucking nothing.
Yeah,
But
that'll become a daily thing
yeah,
eventually.
but for us, where we're at in the game, where
Yeah.
we're making like 1 to 2,000 a day or whatever, it was a pretty good chunk.
it was a good day. Yeah.
Like, because we're saving up for
the houses.
houses,
Which are
yeah,
10,000 for the
yeah.
first
So we're like,
part,
well,
yeah.
fuck, that. And it was right after we bought yours, and we're like, oh, now we gotta save up for mine, and then we just hit like 9,000 one day. I was like, fuck that, that just paid for itself.
Yep.
We can do that more often.
That was a good day.
And get them melons going. I was like, after they saw, I was like, grow more melons. Trey's like, they take blah 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 amount of time. I'm like, grow them. Let's go. Like,
Can't. They're gonna be dead before they grow.
You just got to use the speed grow fertilizer.
Dude, I ain't doing that. You can be the farmer. I literally only did it because I was like, Chris isn't here. Something has to be growing.
all I know is cleaning up the
farmhand who
ocean.
lives in the shed in the back of the farm.
Yeah, and I'm the witch in the south who fucking fishes out AOL CDs
Smells
out of
of
the ocean.
halibut.
Yeah. Smells of halibut and tilapia. The fishy witch. Fish witch.
You never see me because I'm
Slim
down
Nasty.
in a fucking hole for hours.
Yeah, and then you show up randomly out of nowhere. I'll be doing something. All of a sudden, a bearded guy just comes by, and I'm like, the fuck?
Just Gollum come out of the cave.
Pretty much. Chevy acts like a goddamn, like he's like, everyone's the farmhand, and he's the owner. I'll just be doing my own
I am
thing,
the
and then
owner.
he'll just come walking, like, or no, that was actually Chris. That one time I was like out in the trees, and Chris is like, I hear chopping, and I look over, and I see two eyes over the bush, and he's just in the trees looking at me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where'd you even come from? His house is north of me.
Like I had to make sure we're cutting down my valuable trees, okay?
Just chopping down your
Not your own
strawberries.
trees.
Chopping down your strawberries.
I'll do it. Don't even fuck with me. I'll chop the shell of those strawberries, or I'll eat them. Either or. Oh, you did. Okay, you added something. So yeah, you guys feeling confident going to grading?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll go first because I feel like I got the least amount of experience in this game. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I would go higher, but I haven't played it enough. I actually want to play this game more to get an even firmer opinion on it. But from what I've played so far, B plus, and I can only see that going up. Just because it is a very enjoyable game. There's plenty to do in it. If you buy this, you didn't waste your money. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, if you're playing it, you're going to get your money's worth. There's plenty of shit to do in that game, and there's variety to do, and you can play with your fucking friends and get the same experience. It is a... I mean, it's a video game. It's why we play video games. It's just, it's fun. It's cool to look at. There's stuff to get. You get rewarded. There's things that's interesting going on, and it's multiplayer. I mean, like, it really doesn't get better than that, and it's on everything. And I think that's kind of like a testament to just how much people love this game. So I get it. Like, I'm giving it a B plus, and that's the lowest. I mean, I almost feel guilty for giving it that, but that's where I'm at. So B plus.
I do love what you just said about saying that it is a video game. Like,
Yeah.
is what you...
It's not a movie. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not an interactive movie. It's not like a big budget AAA like game with these big spectacles and shit. It's just fun, and it's got cool ideas. Mm-hmm. So, Chris,
Me?
grade it based off the strawberry deaths.
Oh, my first strawberry.
F. I can't believe this.
So start playing taps next time we play together.
What it lacks graphically, because it is very much done like a Super Nintendo style game, it makes up for an abundance of gameplay and enjoyment. So for me, it's an A minus. It's not quite an A. It's not like flawlessly like a really great game, but it is just still, I could spend days of my life just being lost in this game. I really enjoy it. So a solid A minus for me.
Chris is dropping A minuses this episode.
He
I
is.
am. I enjoyed
feeling
it
good.
a lot.
All right, that's good. It's fair. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that?
I want to kill the purple-haired bitch.
You and me both.
Oh, come on.
She's after my man.
That was my first life.
Cut her. I'll cut her.
I'll help you if you take her out. I'll help you dig the hole.
Yes.
We just gotta dig it off. Let's bury her near the wizard's house, though. That guy's weird.
Perfect. That's miles away from my smoker boyfriend likes to go.
Yeah. We got a good plan here. Hopefully, the game will support us in our actions. Now with burying your fucking nemesis. Chevy.
So I have spent days of my life playing this game in the past, and more recently I've spent many hours just going and going. When I played with you, when I played with both you, and then when I played with you, and I just never have a bad time playing this game. I can't think of a single thing about the game I don't like. And I love everything about it. It is the type of game I enjoy playing when I don't want to play something that is so serious all the time. And I think because of that and the value of the game and the fact that one guy had a passion project, and I think that shines completely through, I have to give this game an A. So,
All right, that's good. I think I can go with an A plus.
no.
Masterpiece, masterclass.
I honestly don't think I could give that to a game.
Oh, I can
So
easily.
So I mean A's up there for me at that
Oh,
point.
dude, no,
so.
that's huge. Yeah. No, B plus for me is fucking high. So
no,
I don't like just giving those.
I was
out.
happy to hear that, because out of the three of us, you were the one I was probably most worried about, like what you would feel about the game. So
D plus.
I'd be furious.
It's too colorful. It's too colorful. There's fun to be had.
You did say that about Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, but it's different. Well, there's more to that. They added the colors to that game at the time because they're trying to show off the graphics of the console, so the game looks like a fucking rainbow. Stardew Valley looks like what it's supposed to look like. It looks like a farm, looks like trees, looks like buildings. It's colorful though.
It is colorful.
It's vibrant.
Especially for a guy who was not very confident in his art ability because he's a programmer. So
Yeah, well, go back to programming because it sucked. B plus.
Now you're grading like me.
Yeah, on the opposite spectrum. Yeah, I fucking hated this game, but I'll give it like an A minus because it's just that bad.
Subjective.
Yep. Anything else?
no.
So we got a minus, A, and a B plus.
Yeah. Also, well, I do have one thing to say, and it's for a member of our community who watched the stream, and that sold it to him. So
Yeah, he said he's sad he's not getting mentioned in episodes. So you can say his name.
well, maybe
Wade?
You can do
Wade.
it.
Wade.
You can
Wade?
keep saying it.
Wade.
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 That
Wade.
guy.
Wade.
Wade.
We've never
Wade.
spoken, but that guy.
You've never spoken to Wade?
Yes, I have.
Well, stop.
So
dangerous.
Just watching
Quad.
the game sold it to him, and I think if you're even curious, you should it's $15. Just try it.
Yeah.
So
Drop the bones, and then drop the real bones when a bitch is trying to take your girlfriend, boyfriend. Doesn't matter.
whatever, whoever you're into.
Whoever's moving in your territory, fucking, there's a nice plot of land right next to the wizard's house, and if they find the bones there, no one's gonna fucking ask a question because that guy's
They're gonna
weird.
think the wizard. did
There's
it.
even better land north of the wizard once you upgrade your axe enough.
I'm doing it right on his front porch.
It's dark and full of slime.
I'm trying to frame the motherfucker. I'm not trying to find a good spot. Like I was flying into other dimensions and shit when I talked to him. No one's gonna go, yeah, I don't think he did it. They're gonna go, yeah, no,
probably some
it makes
weird
complete-
experiment.
This isn't the first one. Guaranteed. This motherfucker's been around for 150 years. You know this isn't the first time he's done this. Let us know in the comments, what did you think of Stardew Valley? Have you played it? Have you not played it? It's been out for a while and people love it. I'd be surprised if you have not tried it, but if you haven't tried it, let me know why. Are you not into these kind of games? You just haven't got around to it? Don't want to fucking spend the money on it? Too busy playing other games? You think it looks like shit? And if you haven't played it, what do you think of it? Give us a grade of what you think the game, what it's worth to you. And
person.
tell me,
Human.
yeah. And the guy who made it. And yeah, tell me everything you're thinking about when it comes to
On everything.
Stardew Valley. But that,
not
are you
even
gonna start
what
playing right now?
No.
You should have done it throughout the episode. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's gonna do it for this episode of Game of the Month. Quick reminder, again, Soul Calibur 6 is our Game of the Month for February, so that will be cool because that's one of my more hyped games of 2018 that I didn't play for some reason.
We're gonna have to buy it now because
So,
one copy.
can't
in the
show that
house.
copy. Well, I mean, we kind of could, but yeah. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out my streams and Chris's streams on Twitch at Tasty Senpai, all one word, and Tasty_fruit. That's Chris. Hit the notification button to know when I go live and when he goes live. And if you want to watch the streams on this channel, I dual stream, so you can watch them here as well. Everybody does. Nobody watches me on Twitch. There's like one person over there, and then everyone over on YouTube is just like watches that number go to 1, and then Psycho's like, someone's over on Twitch right now, and then they go to 0, and we're like, all right, bye. So apparently it's a very lonely place over on Twitch. But if you prefer Twitch, you can watch me there. We have a Discord link down below. Talk to us anytime, all the time. We just made a couple new changes to that. Move some categories.
Yeah, I probably should have asked first, but I was just
I had no idea you did it. Someone just brought it up. I looked up. I'm like, what you look at that?
Yeah, it was looking disorganized to me. I had to do something.
No, that's fine. I actually didn't know you could move the things up and down because I'd like to move gaming news to the top under general.
Sure.
And then Monster Hunter. For Jeremy, looking out for you. Jeremy, we need to move that up. Move that up for Jeremy in the categories, if you don't mind. Yeah, what else? We are on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. If you'd prefer to listen to us and save some goddamn bandwidth, you're like, I drive to work, motherfucker. I don't want to be watching your YouTube videos, but I want to listen to your fucking voice. Give me an option. Well, you got it.
And watch on Tuesday.
And watch on Tuesday.
Seth's got a little treat.
Oh, yeah. No, things are changing around here. For 2019, things are changing. Let me know what you think.
I don't like change.
I do. I spent I don't know, like 10 hours on this change, so
It's awesome.
yeah. Oh, cool. I'm glad somebody likes it. So let me know what you think of it this Tuesday, or maybe sooner. Maybe I'll do a bonus episode. I don't know. But this weekend, No Taste Cast. Yeah, my name's Seth.
Chevy.
Chris?
Until the Seth, Chevy, Chris. Good day. Hope you and yours are fine and well. See you in the holidays. Yeah, till the next episode. Have a great week, guys, and take it easy.